even whether the countries which I traveled so far, or in Singapore, lot of brands, because I exactly 24 hours before from Auckland to Sydney, half an hour before, I'm like, I already have my trolley. I'm like, sorry, I have transit. The lady is like, oh my god. I'm like, I lost my brain. What the? And then she has to come all the way here. Like, I literally got this time, like, hello Andy, hope you all doing well. Welcome to the channel Lifeofsanthi. Welcome back to the channel. I live in New Zealand. If anyone is seeing my face for the first time, I live in New Zealand. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. This is one more episode of Heart to Heart with Shanti. This is gonna be a one of the craziest, messiest. I don't know how to explain the story that when I flew from New Zealand to India, because this is first time I have experienced something like this. I thought, why not, I would share with you guys. And I'm receiving few of the messages saying that I have to slow down when I talk in English. Guys, this is exactly me. If I slow down, I'll get a hiccups and I'll lose the pace and I'll not even understand like the connectivity of story. Please try to understand, this is me. If you watched my shorts or reels, you could have already known why did I travel to New Zealand exactly last week. Yeah, last Friday. I think by this time I'm in flight from Hong Kong to Singapore, I guess. So yeah, I flew to India, and you all know the reason. I don't have to specifically say it here. So this was like something planned 2 months before. It was like planned like very soon, last minute only. If I have to say, everything got fixed in last minute. At least from 2 months, at least I know that something is gonna happen and all of that. But I was like, I will book later, because there is a lot of things that is happening in the background. I'm like, I just want my headspace for that. Finally, when I decided to book exactly 10 days before, everything flight tickets hit the skyrocket. And I always travel till now only in Singapore Airlines and Air New Zealand. Even whether the countries which I traveled so far, or else even when I come to India or come back to New Zealand, I only chose Singapore and Air New Zealand. When I try to choose that flights, the flight tickets are $3,000. I'm like, oh my god. And I'm getting it for a bit cheaper if I had to transit for 24 hours or 32 hours in airport. I don't know how come that works. But then I decided, okay, let me try and go in Qantas, okay? Because at least I actually wanted to go via Singapore because I wanted to do shopping. In Singapore, lot of brands, because I usually buy luxury makeup or any designer or luxury handbags, anything when I'm traveling. Because you just get it for cheaper compared to, outside. That is when I realized when I traveled 2 years back to India, I bought one Kate Spade handbag for $800. Same bag within 1 month when I was traveling, and when I saw it in airport, I bought it for my sister, and it's like $300 or $350 because it's Christmas sale, and on top, like, there will be a lot of offers in airport. So I actually wanted to go via Singapore because I can do some shopping. And I had like a then I have 2 transits. One, I have to fly from Auckland to Sydney. Then 3 hours of transit I have, layover. And then from Sydney to Singapore. And in Singapore, I have 3 hours of layover. And then I have Singapore to Hyderabad flight. There is some flights called Cathay Pacific, which flies like via Hong Kong. The transit will be in Hong Kong, but I didn't choose that because I heard some bad reviews from my friends that aircon is not working, and then the service is not great. And some of my friends said that WhatsApp you cannot use it, or Instagram you cannot use it. I'm like, already so much stress is going around in my brain. I'll better choose whatever is comfortable. Even Qantas is, I got it somewhere 2,500. I guess I know it's very bad for booking in late, but I thought at least I'm going via Singapore. Some or the other way I can do shopping. Exactly 24 hours before, airlines decide to say that we cancel that route. Give us like 1 hour. We will update you about the new route, and the new route which they have chose should be via Hong Kong. And if I booked via Hong Kong, I could have booked for $1,800, and I could have saved almost 1,800 and almost $700 I could have saved. I got so angry. I called airlines. I'm like, the reason why I don't want to fly towards that side, because I'm not comfortable. What is this? Because they actually do these kind of things exactly 24 hours before, because you will not have time to rebook anything, and I didn't want it to cancel because I'm going for a purpose to India, right? Then I'm like, okay, now I'm done. I just asked ChatGPT all the reviews about Cathay Pacific. I'm like, let it be now. Whatever it is, it is. And then I started from here, and then there is no turbulence, touch wood, like, when I'm going from New Zealand to India, or India to New Zealand. I didn't had from India to Singapore. When I'm coming back, there's a bit of turbulence, but other than that, I didn't had any turbulence. I really sometimes usually get scared for turbulence, but weather is so great. And landed from Auckland to Sydney half an hour before. I'm like, yay, because my sister wanted some Bobbi Brown serum and that moisturizer, which is actually $20 cheaper compared to New Zealand airport. But if you have to buy within New Zealand in any mall, it is like $60 more. Then I'm like, no. Last time I also bought in Sydney, so let me buy for her, right? And they parked, on the runway flight for 1.5 hours. Usually this international flights, they're boarding 1 hour before. So already I only have 3 hours. So I have to board 1 hour before. So 2 hours, 1.5 hours, I'm already there. I just left with, oh my God, half an hour. And then last half an hour, they tried, okay, we find the slot. They parked. There are a lot of people who is transit. And then I just took my suitcase as soon as, and I'm about to, just one passenger. I'm like, I already have my trolley. I'm like, sorry, I have transit. The lady is like, oh, I have to. That minute, my brain didn't hit, or else I could have went back and gave it to her. It's okay, go. Just what will happen in a second. But even with me, I'm like, I'm so scared of losing the flight. And because when they print the boarding passes, they didn't give the gate number in Auckland, either for the Singapore flight, or Sydney to Singapore, or Singapore to India. They didn't give me. Okay, I took this trolley, and then I ran, and then there is one information center, and I went and asked her, do you know which gate it is? She's like, she was checking the flight details, okay, in the screen, and she goes like, check on your boarding pass. Oh my God, I'm like, what the hell? That's your job. Just be nice. I said that it's not there. I'm already late. Just tell me. Then she goes like, oh, this is the gate number, or else go that side. I just ran towards that side. I saw on the display, still it's nowhere mentioned, but someone is saying it would be that side. So there is another information center near that gates. I went and asked. There is one uncle, he's very nice, and I asked. He's like, yeah, it's gonna be here, you can breathe. But by the time I just turned there, boarding started again. I had to run to the gate. It's like 14 to 15 minutes or 20 minutes something I had to run. In this meantime, I already bought moisturizer for my sister, because when I'm buying moisturizer for my sister, she asked me, which flight are you boarding? I said that Hong Kong Qantas. She's like, it's so far, better you leave to your gate right now. The second I come to the gate, and they started boarding, and there is a big line, I just went to the customer service lady of that airlines. I'm like, can I pee? Do you think I have time to pee or not? She's like, yeah, you can. And then I quickly ran, I peed, and I came, and then they boarded, and flight chuck, it started. I didn't had any time. I'm like, I thought I have 3 hours of transit. And then here is where another fun story starts, okay? If possible, I just recorded one small video. I really don't want to invade anyone's privacy. There is a one lady in Hong Kong flight with me from Sydney to Hong Kong. Legit, she covered herself with plastic from tip to toe. Plastic and head cap plastic. And she wore that pochas, whatever they call, I'm not sure. With P only, it will say that plastic cover. She wore everything, and then she has that manaki a plastic cover untadi kada, same that plastic cover, she have things within it, and she's covering her handbag with plastic. I'm like, I lost my brain, what the hell is happening? And then she's like, and I hate middle seats and I hate window seats. I don't even enjoy window seats. I prefer aisle, because I just get that leg space at least to put my leg outside and I can sleep. I'm okay to if anyone wants to use loo, I can get up, but then I don't like. But this time all flights I got middle seat, and she's in the aisle and I'm in the middle, and there is one seat right, because I got in the middle one, not on the right or left, the middle one. 4 seats will be there in the middle. So she's this side on the aisle and I'm here, and the seat right next to me is empty. So at least that saved me, so I could sleep. And there is one more guy. This lady, she sits just like this, and it covered already half of my seat, and I'm just lying down on the other seat like this by mistaken sleep, or like when I want to get up, I'm just like, because both handles will be there, and if I put my hand on that handle, she's like, I am like an entire, it's 10 hours flight from Sydney to Hong Kong. I just stood up to pee right before they announced, right, like cabin crew prepare for landing. That is when exactly I'm like, can you please, that time also she got up. I'm like, excuse me. And she's not looking at my face. I'm like, excuse me. She's not looking at my face. There is one lady who was sitting in that front seat of hers. She's like, she's turning and looking, and then I had to go on her face and do this. Then she's like, oh, okay. And then she takes all her handbag and she's giving me direction not to touch her and go. I'm like, what kind of thing? I had used the toilet, and then she was standing, and whenever she's going, she used toilet 3 to 4 times. She's always carrying her handbag and going, what can I even, steal from you? Okay, that's fine. Like, when I travel, like, in my student time, I used to do same. I'm like, it's okay. Even when I came, there is other people, because mine is the last seat and the toilets are exactly here, and she's standing here. She could have went that side and let me pass through. No. When I'm going, she's like, wait. And then she has to come all the way here. Like, she did some weird direction so that I wouldn't touch her. She's giving me direction, stop. And then she asked me to go and said, I am like, this is the most funny and bizarre experience I had so far. I didn't understand, first of all, why she covered herself from plastic from top to bottom. If they're giving some snacks, some chip or something, she's just putting it back into that, plastic bag. And one more thing, I got so much angry on the airlines, because the reason why I didn't want it to go via Hong Kong is like because I'm so much scared. But then again, they made that happen. And then once I landed, I had again 3 hours time. I was like, I got out and I was telling my parents, oh, this Hong Kong airport now very small. I can see like 2 gates there. They're saying transit go, blah, blah, blah. They were saying all of that. I'm like, oh, it's very small. My sister is like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah. I saw one diary like within where I got out the gate, right? There is one diary and they're already selling Furla, Michael Kors. These are the, first copy bags. These are not real bags. I'm like, oh, do you want something? I can get some, designer bag from here. I was making fun. I sat for 45 minutes. I'm like, okay, they announced the gate. I still have like, 1.5 hours left. And then I'm like, okay, let me go through the gate. I went via the gate and then I could see it's like 530 gates or something Hong Kong has. And all luxury shopping. I can see Hermes, I can see Gucci, I can see Dior, and my WhatsApp is working, my Instagram is working, everything is working except for ChatGPT. I don't know why you guys have problem with ChatGPT, because you have your own AI. That's fine as well. And I'm like, I enjoyed, transiting through Hong Kong. If I literally would have known, not this time, but next time I would have literally had like a 1 or 2 days transit in off, because we get honorable visa and I could have gone into the country as well. But this is, I think, a God way of saying you shouldn't get scared of other countries, because legit one of my friend who flew last year, they said that like WhatsApp is not working. I literally thought WhatsApp is not working. I don't know, because I'm like just transiting via 3 hours. I just don't want that chaos and all of that, right? But I enjoyed. But the only thing is I didn't get any food. When I was flying, it's Friday night like that. But I'm okay with chicken broth. But everything, even with the chicken, they had the pork, some, sun-dried pork, something they had. And then I'm like, no, I didn't want it to eat. And one more punishment all this while I had is, everywhere I had paneer. And from Hong Kong, I had Cathay Pacific flight to, Hyderabad. And I literally wanted to fly through Singapore because I wanted to do shopping. Even that didn't happen because my mom wanted something. I thought that, oh, I'll surprise her, blah, blah, blah. But then nothing happened. Like from Hong Kong, like everything is in Hong Kong. I literally liked one handbag, but it's like $5,000. I'm like, not this time. We have different priorities right now. Then I took a flight, but Cathay Pacific from Sydney to Hong Kong, it's Qantas only. Qantas flights are big, but like it's not that, what to say, the interior wise or the the way it won't feel like Singapore. Singapore economy, but it's kind of okayish. It's not great, it's not bad, and it's okayish. But Cathay Pacific, I felt it good. And another funny thing, from Hong Kong to Hyderabad, I got the aisle seat here, but then three uncles, Indian uncles, were sitting right next to me, and I was like very uncomfortable. I don't know what they thought. For everyone I observed, everyone they gave one guy, one girl, one guy. Like, for God's sake, like, the only reason uncomfortable I'm saying there is nothing, because when you're like this close seats again in the middle, your hand, this, that will go around, right? And I'm the one who have to adjust all the time. I literally got this time like very bad water retention in the body, and then like very bad body aches, and oh my God, like the flight journey was good, but everywhere I didn't had much time to stay and wait for too long. But then in my life, I had like a very bad body aches by the time I landed into Hyderabad. And one more thing in Hyderabad, like I felt like a bit weird this time. In the Hyderabad immigration, they're asking the purpose of arrival. I'm like, so I don't belong here. And before they used to say, when we land in immigration, they used to say this, they used to stamp and then say welcome to New Zealand or welcome home. They used to say that. They didn't even say this time here, and they didn't even say this time there. I'm like, where do I even belong, right? It's so funny. And then yeah, India vlog 1 or 2 will be out, because I didn't get much chance to record, because I had this time my health was not good. I don't know. Last time it was even better, but this time it didn't. I couldn't even able to adjust for 2-3 days. Heat was very bad in Vijayawada, and some people are saying, oh, it was raining, but it was raining for 2 hours, and again sun is back. And for me it was very, very hard actually, because in New Zealand it's like winter, and suddenly I came to that much hot. I'm not no way saying that like I was like here and then I can't bear India. It's nothing like that. Suddenly, if that much temperature difference is there and I'm just staying for a week, it's very hard for body to adapt for it. And I know the fact that I was born there, I was raised there, so I never put my country down for anything else, but just to understand it logically, this is what has happened. And then when I was returning also, there is no much of a turbulence, and return food was great and all of that. But return from Sydney to Auckland, I was like counting minutes, because my body started aching very badly, as if I felt like from this part I couldn't move my body. And this time it's like a biggest lesson that I should never ever take 2 transits. It's fine. But return in Singapore, return also, there is one fun story I'll tell quickly. I flew from Hyderabad to Singapore, and I saw my boarding time as 8:55, whereas it's a flight leaving time. Boarding time is 7:55, and around 6 I was just roaming. Flight landed at 6:55 from Hyderabad to Singapore time 6:55, and then I'm like, I wanted to buy a handbag from Charlie's Kid because it's my birthday. I'll just my friend Pooja said that just get something. She said last month only to buy from website. I'm like, no, if I buy in airport it will be cheaper. I'll buy, you transfer the money. So I just went, and I was like shopping, and suddenly I checked the boarding pass. I'm like, I have this priority card where I can use the launch. Before I go to the launch, I'm like, okay, let me check the grade, and it says boarding. I'm like, what the hell, it says boarding? Then I realized I checked the time wrong, or else that day nicely I could have missed flight from Singapore to Auckland. I got like a 40 or 35 minutes of satisfaction in Singapore to shop anything. But other than that, this time, though I had alts for 2 places, I didn't get chance anywhere to shop much. And in Sydney, especially, by the time I reached Sydney, my body is sore and I don't want to talk. I'm so tired and I don't know what am I doing. I literally landed in Auckland. I saw Sukman. I'm like, no, I'm never gonna take 2 transits, never ever again. So maybe it's not for me. It might be for you guys, but like it was so tiring. And my husband, I legit wanted a comfort food, and he made like an omelette with spinach and mushroom. And he's like, I made my special omelette. In regular days, I would get happy because he makes omelette so good. But that day, I'm like, my God, I don't want to eat. If you could have made plain dal, I would be the happiest. But Yeah, things do happen. So this is the funny story. I don't know the way I explained, whether I explained it proper or not. But what do you think about it? Do you have any such funny this plastic person kind of experiences, or else the day where you were about to miss the flight or something and you somehow managed to catch it? Do comment and let me know. I'll come back with another good videos. Till then, you know what to do. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Life of Shanti. Love you.